G'day guys, Duckville here bringing you a user-submitted replay. This is going to be a match on Xel'Naga Caverns, a bit of a custom game between these two players who are fighting it out in Gold League, I believe it is. Our feature player will be starting up in the top right-hand side in the yellow as the Zerg. It is GriDxRay. I'm not sure if he's X-Ray or if he's Ray. I don't know, we'll call him Ray because that's a manly man's name. His opponent will be the red Terran down to the bottom left-hand side, jzapata. I don't know, we'll call him JZ, just because he's the bad guy, as the actual JZ is. Yeah, we'll have a look at what goes on here and find out if our Zerg player is able to take advantage of the map. Of course, Xel'Naga Caverns not in the map pool anymore, but it was a map which was highly unfavored for Zerg generally, just because the third base is pretty hard to take. You've either got rocks that are blocking the third, or the rocks that are blocking the third. I suppose Dustin Browder loves his rocks still, but you don't see them as much anymore. But the third, either way, the third for the Zerg is a pretty hard little nugget to crack, just because it's a little bit far away either way how you go. So we'll see what Ray is going to do. Suppose we should put up the nameplates. The keyboard work today brought to you not only by my left hand but also by Thermal Take. Thank you for Thermal Take for sending over just a little a mecha keyboard for me to play around with. It is a pretty cool little gaming keyboard. You probably won't even be able. Actually, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me pressing the keys or not, because it's a cherry black, so they're normally the quieter ones, if I remember correctly. But you can see a full review of the keyboard on another video, which will be up very shortly. But just in terms of the game at the moment, we've got, looks to be a speed expand will be coming out of Ray, along with that very quick little hatchery just down here. He's done a little bit of poking around inside the main base of JC just to find out what is going on. Didn't really see too much, but he did see double gas. Now that's going to be a big tell as to what JZ is going to be going for here, finally picking up the 3 harvesters inside the gas. So we'll have to find out how Ray is going to defend against this. The spawning pool is now up. We've just about got enough gas here from these 3 drones that were inside the extractor, and he will probably get speed pretty quickly. If not, we may see something a little bit different out of Ray as well. But he has started the expansion. I would be very surprised to see if this is going to be a cancelled expand, but nope, there it is. The speed has just started up now. On the way for JZ, we've got a factory along with 1 marine. There's not going to be any extra add-ons just yet, but we may see something. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps we'll see the fabled speed reapers. I don't know, something like that would be really cool, but you'd want to see a tech lab right about now. In fact, whoa, there it goes. Alright, so he is going to grab the tech lab on the racks there, and he's going to get some, not sure what he's going to go for firstly, but we'll see very soon. Meanwhile, the hatchery for Ray just about to pop up. We'll probably see some of the drones switch over. A queen has already come out now at the main, is going to get started with some injects at the moment. Would love to see a creep trimmer just go down here to make sure that the natural and the main are both connected, because of course it can be a little bit of an issue if you're trying to defend against Hellions that are trying to run by, all that sort of thing, if you don't have some good creep spread. So we'll see how Ray is going to go about that. What he has done quite nicely is get some really good map vision, as we can see. Controlling the 2 Xel'Naga towers along with a couple of nicely placed overlords has effectively got vision across a whole section of the map. As you can see here, we basically go, I have to like reposition my mouse before I can scroll all the way across, and he's just got vision through all of that. So very nice there. But here we go, we've actually got a starport on the way from JZ, along with a second starport. Hello. This is going to be a little bit interesting here. He's got concussive shells coming through as well, and there is a third starport. So we're going to see triple, I would assume, Banshees. I can't think of why you would make triple Vikings or maybe Medivacs. I'm not actually sure what the point of that would be, but this could be very interesting here for JZ. Back at home for Ray, he's got we've got a spine crawler coming up. We do have quite a couple of lings now on the map here as well. He's got the roach tech as well. No evo chamber just yet, and that's quite an interesting situation here for him. We'll see if he's able to get some anti-air defense up, because he'll need a few queens definitely to deal with these banshees, which I'm assuming are going to be coming out. Here's one. We're going to have another tech lab here to get probably another banshee very soon, and Ray just actually going to be scouting in. It's round about this time, or perhaps just a little bit later, around about the 8-minute mark, or around about 8:30, when you want to be scouting in to see what your opponent is doing. You can just send in this sacrificial overlord. This guy is going to slowly float in and see what's coming. We'll see what the reaction from Ray is. You can see one starport, there's a second, and there is the third. So he's going to probably, let's have a look at his vision here. He's going to he's just playing around at the moment with a couple of these units, and goes back to the overlords and says hello to the starports that are there. In fact, he says so he's getting a thinking on what he needs to do there, and in fact he has only now just gotten down the evolution chamber, so that's going to be quite late. A banshee is already on the way here for JZ. He's actually going to be able to get across the map before the Evo chamber finishes. Cloak is only halfway done though, so it's not too much of a problem just yet, but would love to see another couple of queens maybe coming out. We do have one queen coming through at the natural expansion. The main cannot produce another queen just yet, but he probably could right about now. But the banshees are on the way. We've got one across here. In fact, a Viking coming along with this. So this is going to be a multi-pronged air attack. I'm not sure why he's decided to split it up, but there are two extra banshees that are being constructed at the moment. The Viking taking care of one of the overlords that's been isolated down here at the southern side of the base. The banshee, meanwhile, try to get inside. Cloak finally finishes, and now he can just glide in, and there he goes. The Spore Crawler finishing just in time and actually takes down the Banshee before any large amounts of damage are done. I don't think any, was there, no, not a single drone kill there from that Banshee, so a little bit unfortunate for our Terran player JZ, not able to get any benefit out of that just yet, but he's going to continue on with the production. The problem with having triple starport off of one base is that you just don't have enough gas. Of course, you need quite a lot to make the Banshees. You need that 100 gas, so that's 300 at a time. You're really not going to get enough of that out of just 2 refineries. You could certainly sit there and wait for a while, reach your critical mass, and get quite a lot of them, but that takes quite a while, and your opponent can definitely be prepared. In fact, speaking of prepared, Ray is he's everywhere with his tech right at the moment. He's got +1 to missile weapons halfway done. The Hydralisk Den is also complete, and a Baneling Nest is just about to pop out as well. So he's going to have quite a lot of tools available to him, and in fact, speaking of which, it looks as if we are going to get a possible Ling Bust. I'm assuming that's going to be the plan here. Does he know how much is... No, he hasn't really scouted out just yet to see what GZ has done, but you can normally sort of base off the fact that your opponent has 3 starports and is gone for a lot of Banshees that they probably won't have expanded just yet or thereabouts. But looks like we've got an SCV building a racks down here at a very interesting spot. I'm not really sure what that's going to achieve, but little does he know, just off to the side there are around about 11 Banelings just morphing in now. Their cocoons have now finally split open, and out they come. These guys are going to knock down the door and say hello. Will there be any bouncers to stop them? Just a few Marauders there. Marauders not going to actually do too much. In fact, the wall coming down stopped the Banshees from getting anything done. The Lings now streaming in. The Marauders going to have no way to deal with that. Interestingly, the 4 Banshees up in the sky are going to be able to take care of everything that is here, but we'll see if enough damage can be done. The Banelings now streaming inside the mineral line, taking down a whole bunch of those SCVs, and that is probably going to be game right there for JZ. He's got to deal with these roaches. Of course, he can certainly do that. 4 Banshees up in the air doing quite a lot of damage. They have very high DPS when you're encountering something like these roaches, because of course they do the bonus damage to armor. They've sorry, they don't actually do the bonus damage to armor. I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Immortals or something. I don't know, random. Anyway, but the damage has been done. Quite a lot of the SCVs lost there for JZ. He's down to just a measly 11 SCVs after losing quite a lot there. We'd love to see JZ actually move out and do some damage with these Banshees, but back at home, Ray has been powering up the Queens. We've got a lot of them here. We've got 5 in total down here at the Natural, and there's some creep tumors. He's built building some of those. Got to start spreading these ones a little bit further just to make sure he gets some good creep spread. Of course, the Hydralisk, a big component of the defense here. Now that he's going to have to deal with these 4 Banshees that are floating across, he should be able to take care of them quite quickly there. In fact, the Banshees on move command getting disposed of easily by the Hydras and the Queens from Ray, and I think that will easily seal the deal. There is a command center that's randomly floating around. There's no real production coming out of JZ, so it looks as if this will be game, set, and match in just a tick. We'll probably see Ray move down to the bottom of the map and take out the command center, which is attempting to land here at the natural, but that'll be pretty much it, and the Hydras will seal the deal with their +1 to weapons. Do they have their groovy spines? No, they don't. They don't have the groovy spines, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. The Ling's now streaming in, getting a good surround on the command center. The Hydra's going to town, and JZ has left the game. Not even a GG from JZ. A little bit unfortunate that his Banshee attack didn't really work. A couple of things obviously to learn from that was that the triple starport is perhaps not the greatest idea off one base. If he had have done maybe a faster expand down to the natural and then maybe gone to a second, maybe a third starport, that could work. I'm not actually sure. Some of the Terran pros will have to comment on this video and let me know. Of course, Ray doing a good job there and started spreading out that creep. Would have loved to see that just a tiny bit earlier, just to make sure his Hydras can stream across the map a little bit faster. But other than that, doing a good job. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you'd like to see your own game casted, please send it through to duckphillol@gmail.com or send me a mention on Twitter. And I'll have a chat to you about it there. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.